Welcome to an Involve Me video on funnel types, a comprehensive guide that will help you understand when to use the thank you page outcome funnels, the answer-based outcome funnels, or the score-based outcome funnels. So in this video, we're going to go through 3 different templates for the 3 different funnel types respectively, starting with the thank you page funnels. These kinds of funnels are best suited for when you want everyone to see the same page at the very end. Well, you can just stick to a simple thank you message at the very end. There are other popular use cases for it. For example, this template has a calculation at the very end. And while the calculation result will differ based on the participant, the page will be exactly the same for everyone. There won't be any variation in the elements that it has, how it looks, or the information that is being shown. Another popular use are redirects. You can set a button to redirect participants to an external URL when clicked. And this could look something like this. You put in a button, users can click it, and then once they click it, they would be redirected to wherever you send them to. Or you could even skip the thank you page altogether and set it up so that participants do not see the final page at all and are automatically redirected to an external website once they finish the funnel. We will not get too in-depth on redirects in this video, but if you're interested, there's a separate tutorial which dives into the specific topic and you can find it in the description below. Now that you're familiar with the theory around the funnel, let's run through a template together that demonstrates this funnel type with a calculator. Here we are in the bulk order calculator for manufacturing template. And the first thing that we're met with at the very start is that it tells us that this indeed is a thank you page outcome funnel, as you can see indicated by what is highlighted. But what you could do is you could also choose a different funnel type if you wanted to change this around based on your specific needs. But for now, we're going to keep this as a thank you page funnel since this is how the template was designed. So first of all, I'm going to click through the project so you can see how a project like this works. As you can see, we are in draft preview. So with this funnel, I can get a discount on my bulk order, and it will also calculate a discount price for me. Which product would I like to order? Paper bowls, I like those the most. How many pieces would I like to order? Let's go with 1,000. What's your preferred shipping method? I would say train. And then, of course, the beauty of an interactive funnel, once I have invested my time, it now asks me for my contact information. So I'm going to provide it and then agree to processing of personal data. And after a little bit of waiting, I am met with the thank you page with my bulk price being $240. So if we jump back to the editor, as you can see, there are 5 pages that we just went through. And then the very last page at the end is my thank you page. And I have my design, I have my text here, I have my button, and then crucially, I have the calculator element right here as well. On the right-hand side, I can open the formula builder and then see how this was calculated. And as you can see, this is fairly simple. So Q1 times, and then we have an if-then function here. And you can see the explanation right here of each of the functions. And on the right-hand side, you can see these operators, conditional logic, and functions. And if you hover over them, you can actually see what they do. But most of these, of course, you are probably familiar with if you've used calculators before. So this was a standard use case for a thank you page. And now let's hop back to the main video. Next, answer-based outcome funnels. With these funnels, you can map answers to outcomes, and then the outcome that has the most points at the end is shown to the participant. This kind of a funnel is great for example, product recommendation funnels, like the template I will show you in just a moment, personality tests, and anything that requires you to segment your audience based on the answers that they pick. Once again, for a more in-depth look on answer-based outcome funnels, there is a separate tutorial in the video description below. Now let's run through a template together and see how a funnel like this behaves in practice. We're going to be doing this with the Home Insurance Finder Quiz. Now we're going to check out the Home Insurance Finder Quiz, which, as you can see by the highlighted section, is an answer-based outcome funnel. Once again, we're going to hop into the preview mode and I'm going to show you how a project like this behaves. So I'm going to find my home insurance package. Let's say I would like to insure an apartment. It is permanently inhabited. Are there any additional structures you'd like to insure with your property? A garage, next. Where is your property located? Let's say New York. Number of damages in the past year, 1 damage. Number of floods, no floods. What is the value of your property? I'm gonna say it is 600,000. And then I click on submit and find my insurance. And now it's gonna look for the best package. But before, once again, the beauty of interactive funnels, I'm going to first put in my contact details and become a lead to the insurance provider, and then I'm going to agree with the processing of personal data. And as you can see, after completing the funnel, I get my personalized secure Nest insurance for this amount. And then I can immediately also book a 30-minute meeting right from within the funnel. So let's take a look under the hood how this actually works in practice. So as you can see here at the bottom, there's all the pages that we just went through, and then at the very end, it branches out into 3 different pages. One for the Estate Shield insurance, one for the Secure Nest insurance, and one for Home Guard insurance. By clicking on the cogwheel icon right here at the bottom, I can actually see which answers are connected to which of the outcomes. And you would of course customize this in a way that would make sense for whatever product or service that you're offering. As you can see, the way that I have it set up, each of these have a value of 1, and then there is a maximum score attached to each of these as well. So depending on which answers I choose, it is going to connect me with the best suited outcome for my needs. Hence the name answer-based outcomes. And then not only do I get the specific insurance and the customized outcome page, but as a part of this, I also have a calculator once again with a custom formula that calculates the exact price that I will need to pay for my home insurance. And with that, let's once again get back to the main video.
Last but certainly not least, let's discuss the score-based outcome funnels. With this kind of funnel, you set ranges for your outcomes. For example, outcome 1 would be a point range from 0 to 5. Outcome 2 would be from 6 to 10, and so on. So with these ranges that we've just set up, if the participant gets 3 points, for example, they will get the outcome 1, because they fall within its score range of 0 to 5. These kinds of projects are best suited for things like graded quizzes or anything that relies on a final score in order to decide which outcome to show to the participant. Yet again, for a more in-depth look on answer-based outcome funnels, there will be a separate tutorial in the video description below. Now let's run through a template together and see how a project like this behaves in practice.
Finally, let's take a look at the sports history quiz for online magazines and news websites, which is using the score-based outcome funnel type. So for the last time, I'm going to click through the project first so you understand how it behaves. So I will probably not know the answer to any of these questions, so I'm just going to click the answers randomly and see how far I get with answering the right boxes. Okay, and my score at the very end after guessing all the answers was 2 out of 6, with a customized message that I am lacking some knowledge in the history of sports. And then at the bottom of the outcome page, I also have the option to click the button to subscribe to the sports section of the magazine. So once again, let's take a look at how this works. So first we have all the pages that I've just clicked through, and then at the very end, I have 3 different outcomes. The one that I got where I'm lacking knowledge, the middle one where you are solid with your sports knowledge, and a true sports fan outcome. And by clicking on the cogwheel with the branching paths at the bottom, you can see the ranges of all these different outcomes. The lowest one is up to 2 correct answers, middle one is up to 3, and then the true sports fan or the maximum is from 4 and more. And then of course, what is the maximum correctly answered questions? In this case, it was 6. And then on each of these outcome pages, not only do I have customized text, but I also have the score element, which the way I currently have it set up is show score based on correctly answered questions. So that's why I had the number 2 where X is. And then I have the option to show the maximum, so that is the Y. So I had 2 out of 6. But you could also choose to hide the maximum, and then I would only know how much I scored, but not what the maximum was. One last thing to note is you could base your outcome points based on correctly answered questions, individual score, or custom score calculation. So the way we've done it here is very simple because each question has 1 correct answer, and therefore the calculation and the way to set it up is very simple, but there are more in-depth ways to do this with, for example, custom score calculation, which you can learn about in the video that is dedicated to score-based outcome funnels. And now let's finish off the main video.
Finally, it is crucial that a participant can always reach the thank you page or one of your outcome pages of your funnel, as this will be the last page and of course makes for a completed submission. A failure to reach the final page will result in a partial submission being generated. And currently you can only reveal partial submissions on the Pro plan or higher.
I hope that after watching this video, you better understand how to choose the right funnel type for your specific use. For more support, check out the additional tutorials linked in the description or contact our support team directly. And good luck getting involved!